relationship that we built with Buffalo Trace, we got a lot of really good reception in Frankfurt. Obviously being the first biotech company there, and bringing 35 high-tech paying jobs. We also want to work with the community, work with Kentucky State on some engineer intern programs. So we feel like it's a good spot, Lexington and Frankfurt alone, and tapping into some of these cities that, the bourbon market is huge here, tax revenue, and we want to keep that going.
Welcome back to the Middle Tech Podcast. You got Logan Jones here, and on today's episode, I got to sit down with Brandon Corace, who is the president and co-founder of Meridian Biotech. And so Meridian Biotech is playing in the bourbon space and specifically dealing with the byproduct of bourbon called stillage. So obviously bourbon is a huge part of Kentucky's economy. We produce nearly 9,000 barrels every day, which generates billions of dollars in impact and lots of jobs all across our state. But there is another side to the bourbon production process that most people never think about, which is that byproduct, that stillage. Every drop of bourbon leaves that stillage behind. And that stillage is usually dried out and shipped somewhere else, oftentimes used for things like cattle feed. And of course, as production ramps up, as it has over the past couple of years, that waste, that stillage, just keeps stacking. And so that's where Meridian Biotech and their technology comes in. These distilleries, these bourbon producers have been trying to find a solution for what to do with all this bourbon waste. And there's been lots of attention and companies spun up to try and figure that out. And so Meridian Biotech is investing $40 million into a new facility in Frankfurt, partnering with Buffalo Trace to take that byproduct and turn it into something more valuable. Proteins for aquaculture, so fish food, pet food, and organic fertilizer. And so this is also a very interesting story because Brandon actually moved the company to Lexington. He was based in Austin, Texas. So a very interesting perspective from a founder that was in a completely different ecosystem, and quite honestly, an ecosystem that is much more known for spinning out high-tech startups and just having a denser community of entrepreneurs. And he's had a great experience coming here to Lexington. He kind of talks about that within this interview as well. I got to know Brandon in early 2025, thanks to our friend who is an engineer at Meridian Biotech, Caleb Mentoka. So big shout out to Caleb for making this interview happen. But just awesome to hear about what it was like for Brandon coming into Lexington and how easy it was for him to get connected and how supportive the ecosystem was when he came here. So very excited for you guys to listen to this interview. This is an awesome company that's doing some great things in Kentucky and in a big industry in our state.